Today is September 7th, and it's a little after 6 right now. Actually, it's 7 right now. And Abby and I are going to go sit in the woods over a bean field that I actually didn't know was planted just like a month ago. But I went back and checked it. It does have beans in it, so I think that's where all the deer have been hiding all summer long. So we're going to go out there, put some chairs out, and spend the evening looking for bucks.
Stop.
Alright, so to give you guys a little bit of insight on how exactly this property is set up, it's basically a 20-acre block of woods surrounded on 2 sides by corn, 1 side by standing beans, and the last side is woods. And in years past, this bean field has been planted and has always held the deer in the early season, but when I went and checked it a few months ago, it didn't look like it was planted. But after talking with Nick, we decided that there was a chance that it was just super far behind because we had a really, really wet spring. So we thought maybe it just didn't get planted on time. Sure enough, I went back there and checked it, and it was planted. So the beans are definitely pretty far behind, but that probably explained why my cameras weren't getting any pictures on the other side of the properties, because I'm assuming everything's back this way. So tonight's gonna kind of give me a lot of intel on what exactly the deer are doing, whether they're here or not. Let's say the deer have been using this. You can see behind me that it goes back up, and you can see the light up there. That's the bean field we're gonna be sitting over. And I don't expect the deer to be up in this corner by us. They're going to be down in that far corner, which is actually where I have a stand close by. So we're going to sneak up the rest of this hill and post up in this corner and keep an eye down to where I expect the deer to be.
What's all this junk?
Down, 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 down. Of, and we got up here and I could see his antlers right up over this crest. And if I had a bow and it was deer season, I could stand up right now and shoot him at about 25 yards. There's a couple right over there. I'm gonna try to sneak up here. Eyes on that buck. Oh, right here. Right there they are. There's the buck. Alright, so right now we are in a predicament. I did not want to be aggressive tonight with scouting because there's no reason for spooking deer 2 weeks before the season. So this spot has always been a safe place to go, because any other time I would ever do this, they would be all tucked away down in the far corner about 200 yards away. And for whatever reason, tonight they're all right here. So when we popped up over this little crest, there was a buck that I'm familiar with about 20 yards out into the beans, and we didn't spook him, and I don't know how. There's a doe walking right at us right now, and she's probably 35 yards away. So this is not what I expected, but Abby's stuck about 10 yards to my right with the binoculars, and there's about 10 other deer out here that I would love to know what they are, but we're pretty much pinned where we're at, because if we move this doe right here, will bust us, and this buck will bust us. So I guess for now, we're stuck sitting here on the ground. Alright, well, it's getting pretty dark here, so that's gonna wrap up the night. There is a lot of deer in the field, but I'm not real impressed with what I saw. I think out of that whole group, there was that nicer deer that we walked up on, which I know for sure he's not a shooter, and there was only 2 other bucks out there, and one was a fork, and the other was a little basket rack, maybe a 5-point. So I'm kind of disappointed because at least on this farm, that's unlike any other year. Normally we'd have about 5 good sized deer running around here, and that just hasn't been the case. So I don't know if that's going to help me later on. If they're not here now, maybe they will be later, but I'll probably be back tomorrow morning to check cameras, which I wasn't going to do tonight because my cameras are in further than I would have liked to have gone tonight. So we're going to leave them alone and probably just slip on out of here. Alright, so I'm back out on the same farm that we were out scouting last night, and you can see that bean field behind me. But if you follow this wood line all the way up to the corner, that's where we sat last night. And this corner is where I expected all the deer to be, but that wasn't the case, as you saw. So today I slipped in here this morning. It's like 9:20 right now, and I've been doing a little work on the farm today. So what we're doing is I brought out some clippers, and I've been cutting lanes to all my stands because this woods was logged just a few years ago, and everything's super thick. So I did bring out some apples as well because I'm trying to see what's using this side of the field, and typically they come out of the woods over here out into the field, and so I figured if I could get them to stop here first, that'd benefit me a little bit. So I do have another camera about 200 yards away, and I've been kind of messing around with that one, seeing where I want it. I've tried over a river, a bedding area, and right now it's just over a trail. So I think right now they're bedding kind of everywhere because everything's so grown up, and this woods is loaded with pokeweed, and for whatever reason, every time I've ever been in here in the summertime, they're just bedded everywhere and that stuff. So I think we're going to put out these apples, and I'm going to cut a lane going back out towards the field, and that'll be my access path for when I hunt. just got finished up here, and I wanted to give you guys a quick tip. When you're gonna put out apples, if you're not able to get them to the woods right away, or you have so many that you want to save some, put them in your freezer. A lot of people are surprised by the fact that you can freeze apples. I don't know why that is, but you can save them. And so my freezer is full of old corn bags, so I save the bags of corn and I just fill them up with apples by either finding someone that'll give them to you on permission, or you can buy them, but freeze them, take them out to the woods, dump them out, and the deer love them. Are you getting out of it?
Yeah.
Alright, so today, afraid I have a little dust bunny there. Alright, so today is September 7th, and Abby and I are going to head out to the woods. We got the opportunity that we're going to go sit in the woods.